Let's build an AI voice agent using Retell AI. They're one of, if not the best AI voice platform right now. And when it comes to pricing, they offer a $0 to start plan, meaning this build is going to cost you nothing. And by the end of it, you'll have an AI voice agent that can take phone calls, handle questions, transfer calls back to the business, and more. I'll even show you how to attach a phone number so that any business can use it. We can get started by signing in the top right. If you're unfamiliar with Retell, this is the dashboard you're going to be met with. We're in the agent section, and you can see I have some agents that I've been playing around with. On the left-hand side, we have sections where we can do things such as add a phone number, we can look at call history and analytics, and our own billing settings. To create an agent, you want to come up to the top right and hit create an agent, and we're going to be clicking voice agent. And the best configuration here is going to be single prompt and start from blank. You can choose some of the templates that they have, but this build is going to be good enough where it's going to beat any template. The first thing I always do is I name the agent after the business. So I'll just give mine a placeholder. You can put the business name, whatever's best organization-wise for you. And then under the business name, we have three options. The first one being the LLM choice. So you can choose from different LLMs by clicking the drop down. They all have different prices attached to them. So if you want to go for something cheaper, maybe select something like GPT 4.1 Nano, but I'm going to keep mine on regular 4.1. In the middle, we have a voice library. For this build, I'll pick Chloe, and the language we're going to leave on English, but they do have a wide variety here. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to add the function so that the AI can actually transfer phone calls. So Retell automatically adds the end call function. To add the call transfer function, you want to hit add and select call transfer. We're going to leave the name as is. We're going to leave the description as is. And then here you're going to want to plug in wherever you want calls transferred to. So normally the business's main line. I'm going to select warm transfer, and I'm going to scroll down to the on hold music. I'm going to change that to relaxing sound. And then the handoff message, I'm going to write, say hello to the business and let them know who is calling and why. And we'll go ahead and hit save. That's going to be the functions taken care of. And I did that first because we're going to want to reference these functions inside the prompt. For this prompt, I'm going to go section by section so you can see what I'm putting in and why I'm putting it there. Quick side note, if you want this exact build, I'm going to be uploading it inside of my school group so that anyone who's in my group can download it and directly upload it into their own account. In my school group, we're building and selling AI voice agents every day. I even have a 14-day challenge module inside, taking you from beginner to your first client in 14 days. Along with those modules, you also have access to download anything that I've ever built. The group is for people who are a little more serious about learning and making money with AI. If you want to check it out, I will leave it as the first link in the description below. First and foremost, we're going to have a role section. We have you are an AI voice agent for, and then you'll have the business name. You answer calls and assist callers, and we have 4 characteristics for the tone: calm, professional, natural, and human. And if you notice something, we have this in a specific format. It's called Markdown, and how Markdown works is you have a title with a hashtag, and then under that you kind of have like bullet-like sentences. We're using Markdown because LLMs read Markdown much easier than anything else. The next section we're going to have is a critical rules section. So this is just 3 rules for the AI to listen to throughout the entire phone call. The first one says if the caller mentions an emergency, invoke transfer call. So it'll call this function that we just configured, sending the call to whatever number you put in there. The second critical rule is always use the user's number as the caller's phone number. You can use this variable, curly bracket, user underscore number, in Retell anywhere you want in the prompt, and it will automatically pull the caller's phone number. And then the third rule is the current time is current time America, New York. Use it for all time logic. So here we're just telling the AI what the current time is, because if you don't, then it's not going to know what time it is. Under critical rules, we have a knowledge base section. So this section is important because this is what allows the AI to actually answer questions. So it says you have access to business's knowledge base, which it doesn't yet. The knowledge base section is right here. We'll come over to this in a little bit. Use it as needed to answer questions. If you don't have the answer, don't hallucinate. Instead, invoke transfer call, send the call to the business. Under knowledge base, we have a transfer section. So if the caller wants a live person, or you can't help, say 1 moment while I transfer you, and invoke the transfer call function. Under the transfer section, we're going to throw in some multi-shot examples. So these sound a little complicated, but it's just dialogue examples. So for example, if the user says, "How are you?" you should say, "I'm well, thank you for asking. What can I do for you today?" If the user says, "What time do you close?" say, "We close at," and then we have a variable here, correct time for today. It'll pull the correct, the closing time from the knowledge base that we'll add in a little bit. If the business that you're building for has common questions that are normally and frequently asked, you can throw it in here and then kind of just tell the agent what the desired answer should be. And then last but not least, we have a closing section. So this just says, before you actually end the phone call, double check with the caller. Is there anything else that I can help with today? And if the caller is all set, they say no, say thank you for calling the business name, have a great day, and invoke the end call function, which Retell configured for us right here. That's the prompt taken care of. Now there are a bunch of different functions you can add. If you want to do something like appointment booking, you can add a custom function and then attach something like Google Calendar. If your client or the business you're building for uses cal.com, Retell connects directly to Cal, so you can just select one of these, and then you're going to want to, once you have the function added, just type in the command like invoke book_appointment when the caller wants to book an appointment. And then it'll call that tool. However, we're going to keep it simple for today, so we're not going to do any appointment booking. After the prompt, we have a welcome message configuration. So right now it's set to user speaks first. This is pretty much telling the AI, don't say the first line, let the user say something first. But we're receiving phone calls, so we're going to do AI speaks first. And then under that, we're going to change dynamic to custom. And our welcome message is going to be, thank you for calling business. We gave the AI a name. This is Chloe. How can I help you? And then lastly, we're going to change pause before speaking to 0.6. And that's the entire left side taken care of. Moving on to the middle, we already took care of our functions. Next, we're going to want to add a knowledge base so that the AI can actually answer questions for the business. When it comes to creating a knowledge base, the first thing I do is I go to the business's website that I'm building for, and I copy their URL. I bring it over to ChatGPT, and I tell ChatGPT, create a knowledge base for this business by scraping the URL. Make it tight, simple, and send it in a .md copy block. .md is markdown. Here's the URL, and then you're going to want to paste in the URL. Now ChatGPT is going to scrape that website for all their information. Okay, so as we can see, ChatGPT created a very nice knowledge base for us. It has the contact and location information. It has their hours. It has who they are. It even has appointment notes. Further down, we have information about services. Once you've looked it over, you can copy it and bring it over to Retell. We're going to hit this add button under knowledge base, and we're going to hit add new knowledge base. That'll bring us into the knowledge base section of Retell. We're going to want to hit the plus sign. I'm just going to put the placeholder that we've been using, and you're going to want to hit add and add text. Give it a name again. So we'll just do business, this time KB for knowledge base. We're going to paste that knowledge base that ChatGPT gave us into the text context box and hit save. Hit save again. Now we can go back into our agent, and to add the knowledge base, come back into the knowledge base section, hit add, and select the knowledge base that you just created. Now the agent has access to all that information. You can think of the knowledge base as your AI agent wearing a backpack. When somebody asks a question, it'll reach into the backpack, pull out the answer. Under knowledge base, we're going to go over to speech settings. So we're just going to change a couple of things here. I'm going to add background sound because it makes the call much more natural. We're going to do coffee shop. We're going to leave it at the default sound volume. I'm going to change responsiveness to 0.95 and interruption sensitivity to 0.6. Below that, we have real-time transcription settings. We're going to turn on remove noise and background speech so that it doesn't get interrupted or confused from background speech. And transcription mode, we're going to change to optimize for accuracy. Call settings. I'm going to change two things here. So the first one being end call on silence. If nobody says anything for more than 3 minutes, the AI will end the phone call. And the max call duration, we're going to change to 20 minutes. Keep in mind, your cost is up here. So we're being charged 12.5 cents per minute that somebody's on the phone with our AI. You want to keep that in mind when you're playing with this setting, as well as when you're charging your client. The rest of these settings, we don't need to touch. Now on the right-hand side is where we can do unlimited free testing using audio or test chat. we can hit manual chat. And from here, we can basically just type to our AI and get a feel for how its behavior is. So as we see, the first message matches the welcome message here. And then I said, hey, how are you? And I think that was a dialogue example. Yeah, the first dialogue example, how are you? I'm well, thank you for asking. What can I do for you today? I'm well, thank you for asking. What can I do for you today? The last thing we have to do to make this production ready is add a phone number. So to add a phone number, we're gonna head back into the Retell dashboard and we're gonna go over to phone numbers. Now I have a few numbers here, so I'm not gonna buy a new one, but to get a phone number, you wanna hit the plus sign, buy a new number. Now at the beginning of the video, I told you that this would be free. A phone number costs $2 per month. So this build will cost you $2 if you're actually adding a phone number. You can search from any area code you want right here. It'll give you a bunch of options. Select one, and yes, it will be $2 per month. Once you have your phone number purchased, head back into agents, go into your agent, go to the top right, hit publish, select inbound phone number, and select the phone number that you added. Once you hit publish, anytime anybody calls that phone number, your AI will answer the phone. So we'll hit publish, and our AI agent is now live. You can now attach this to any phone number with simple call forwarding. Let's give our AI a call and see how it sounds.
Thank you for calling business. This is Chloe. How can I help you?
Hey, Chloe, I was wondering what time the Plainview location closes on Wednesdays.
The Plainview office closes at 7 p.m. on Wednesdays. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
Yeah, and what's your cancellation notice requirement?
We ask that you provide at least 48 hours notice if you need to reschedule an appointment. If you cancel with less than 24 hours notice, there may be a cancellation charge. Is there anything else I can assist you with today?
Nope, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you for calling the Rico Dental Group. Have a great day.
Okay, so I was actually looking for I knew the cancellation fee, whatever was in there, so I was looking for the policy, and yeah, here it is. So 48 hours to reschedule, and if it's less than 24 hours, then subject to cancellation charge. So I was able to read the information from this website perfectly. If you're a beginner, I hope this video was helpful. I will say, AI voice is one of, if not the best AI space to be in right now because it's a wave that is taking over. Voicemail is the old and AI voice receptionists, agents are the new. I'll leave a link to Retell down in the description so you can get started today, as well as a link to my school group. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And if you want to learn how to build an AI voice agent that books appointments, I will leave a video on screen.